Grid. This is the bulk of your project. This is probably the most complicated part, and after you get an understanding of this, the rest of the project will be downhill. So I have my project open. Let me zoom out a little bit. So again, this is what we did last time. We imported the photo, we embedded it, and then if you go over here to the top right, it'll say properties and layers. Double check your layers. You should have two: grid and stock photo. Stock photo should have this little padlock on it right now, so make sure that that's the case. And then also make sure that you have the grid layer selected. You can tell it's selected because of the light blue color. All right. Okay. So now that we have grid selected, we can actually stay in properties for like the remainder of this. This color bit, I can get rid of that for right now. With this, we're going to be using this tool over here on the far left side called the pen tool for a very long time. The hotkey for the pen tool, as you can see right here, is P as in pen. So go ahead and select that. With the pen tool here, you'll see that you have two colors by default. You have a fill color and a stroke color. The fill color is like the inside of an object. The stroke color is the outline of the object. So to better illustrate, I will be selecting red for the outline and white for the inside. And if I were to, let's up the stroke so you can see it a little bit better. And I were to make a shape right now, I have, let me deselect it. I have a triangle here with a red outline and a white inside. So if you look back on my colors over there, again, red outline, white inside. What we want is a black outline and no inside. So let me undo all this with Command Z. So this outline, you can double click it, and then you can just literally just go down here, pick black, and hit OK. Now, you still have the white fill. If you double click on fill, you'll see that there's no way to get rid of the color. You have to pick a color. So I'm going to hit cancel. Below the colors, you'll see these three little boxes. One is a solid color. The one in the middle would apply a gradient to it, like an ombre blend kind of thing. And the last one is literally none. So if you click that little slash right there, you'll see that a slash goes across your fill. Now you're set up to go. Well, with the exception of this, I changed over here. Under your Properties tab, you'll see Stroke. That is your outline. Stroke is like an outline. I have it set to 3 points right now. I think that's pretty large. I recommend that we use 1. If you have a trouble seeing 1, you could bump it up to 2, but I think it might get in the way of finer detail parts. I'm going to zoom in, and I'll be starting on his like eyelid area. To zoom, hold Command, hit plus. I'm swiping around with 2 fingers right now to get up here. And I'm going to click once. I'm not holding down or anything like that. I'm just going to kind of swipe gently my finger across the trackpad, and you can see that this line moves. It makes a straight line from point A to point B. So I click again at point B somewhere. We're all going to go up to here on the top of his eyelid. And you should see that when you click a second time, you get a black line. I'm going to move somewhere down here to make my third mark. And then you have to go back to your original. Now, when you go back to the original spot that you clicked, you'll notice that a pink text comes up that says anchor. And then below your pen tool icon, there is a little circle. That means that you've completed your shape upon clicking there. So go ahead and click. And you'll see if you move away now, it doesn't continue the triangle anymore. That is a complete triangle. This project is going to be hundreds, if not thousands, of triangles. When you make these triangles, you want to line them up based on color and shape, I guess I should say. So I'm going to outline his head. I'm going to be looking for highlights of things. So I'm going to continue real quick. Stick with me on this. And I'm going to start up here to make my next triangle somewhere in this relative area. Now, if I go right here and I click, you'll notice that your triangle straight up goes away, right? I'm going to Command Z that. What happened was, if you look at your pen tool when it's like above that little point, because we want it to branch off of this one, you'll see that it has a minus sign. Because this triangle is already complete, if you click on any of these corner pockets again, it's going to actually remove them. So this is where this can get tricky, and I think people might get hung up on this, is every time you want to start a new triangle, you need to hold down the Shift key. By holding down Shift, you'll see that that minus turns into like an asterisk. If you click again, if you click on the trackpad now while still holding Shift, and then you can let go of Shift, by the way, and you can let go of the trackpad, it will start a new triangle. So I'll click here, I'll click there, and I'm going to go back to my original spot once again. That completes that said triangle. I want to make a new triangle again, but again, I don't want it to interrupt that one. So I'm going to hold Shift and click to start. So really what I'm getting at is every time you make a new triangle, you need to hold Shift for the very first click. Your triangles don't all have to meet at intersecting points like right here. I can have this triangle go to, say, here. The thing that you want to watch for is if you hover over this, you'll see that it says path in pink text right there. That means there won't be any gaps. It's very important that you don't have like random missing spots. So make sure that if you don't go to an intersecting point like this or an anchor point, that you go to a path and then click and go back to the original spot and click again. I'm going to do a couple more. Again, that first click, you must hold Shift. Absolute must. Each triangle will be a total of 4 clicks. So I'm going to go back up here to this one. Hold Shift, first click, second click, third click, fourth click. The good news here is that there is no triangle in here right now. I didn't make one, but it is a triangle because the triangles went around it. So that's actually good. You could leave that alone. You do not have to put a triangle in that spot now. Going along with colors, he has like the shiny dome part right here. So I want that for sure in a triangle. You are trying to map your triangles to color and shape. So if I were to go down to his eyelid here, I could do something like that. Hold Shift, go to the next one. Or start the new one. Close the loop. Again, each triangle is 4 total clicks. Okay? All right. I'm going to have this recording sped run. I'm going to set a timer and I'm going to work for about 15-ish minutes. And we'll see where we're at. You do not have to finish all of Pepe. Whatever you get done in the rest of class is where we're going to continue on this demo with the next lesson. Good luck.